Getting student data from Google Classroom is a great way to ensure you capture the needed information for the program. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to pull data from Classroom, how to format that data, and then how to add the data to the e-learning, Learning Check, and Emailer program. To do this, we first want to open up Google Classroom. With Google Classroom open, select the class you want to be able to pull your data from. Then, click on one of your most recent assignments where all the students participated. The next step is to click on the sprocket in the upper right-hand corner. Once you click on the sprocket, you'll notice three choices. Select Download these grades as comma-separated value. You'll notice the file will appear in the download bar at the bottom left-hand corner. After you've opened up the document, you're going to notice that there are a couple of columns. You have last name, first name, email, grade, assignment, and comments. You can delete columns D through F. That's going to leave you with just the last name, first name, and email address. Now you can copy this information. If you're in Excel, we're going to paste this information into a Google spreadsheet. If you're already in a Google spreadsheet, follow the next steps. In your Google spreadsheet, make sure that the information has been pasted in. You should have last name, first name, and email address. We are only interested in the names and the email address, so we want to combine the last name and the first name. Over here to the right, I'm going to click in a formula next to one of these email addresses. I'm going to press equal and then join. You're going to notice as you type in J, you may see a formula option appear. Click on it. Now what you can do is decide how you want to set up your join information. You can put double quotes and then inside the double quotes, place a space. Outside of the quote, place a comma. Then select the first field. If you want the first name first, click on column B. Notice it says B2. Now press the comma and press A2 or select A2. Close off this formula. With your parentheses closed, press enter and you'll notice that the name comes up, Somebody Baker. If you want the last name first, merely switch these two cells. Select A2, comma, B2. In parentheses. You'll notice now it appears last name first. Then, if you want to put a comma in between these, go back to your formula and in your parentheses place a comma. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. This is just your preference, whether or not you want the first name first or the last name first. Then go over one cell to the right and place an equal sign, followed by clicking on the email address for this particular student. In this case, it should be C2. Press enter. You're going to notice that the email address has been added. To add the email address as well as the name in the cells below, we can highlight both cells by left-clicking on E2 and dragging over to F2. you're going to notice that there's a little blue dot in the lower right-hand corner. Click that and drag down. Now you'll notice that the email addresses and names have all been updated with the same formatting that you have already selected. We now want to copy this information and place it into our period view. Copy, period. This is our roster period view. I am now going to paste the information. Now I recommend doing paste special values only. This ensures that the formulas are not copied as well. Then go over to the period number and add your period. Again, to quickly drag or create a list of the same period, simply click on the little blue dot in the lower right-hand corner and drag down. You're going to want to repeat this process for your other classes as well. I recommend using a sheet, maybe even inside the copy of e-learning that you have created. That way you can easily work between the two. Once you're finished, you can delete this sheet. Your information will be preserved in your roster period view. When you're finished with this information, click Set Roster. Continue if there's an authorization request. You can click Advanced and then Allow. For security purposes, you should ensure that you're only downloading the document from TeacherPay Teacher. You'll want to click on Set Roster again to make sure that your information is now copied over into your template. You'll notice that the student names now appear. However, the parent emails do not. Let's fix that. In the next video, you're going to learn how to set up a form to capture parent emails to ensure the data is correct.